Soon may the wellerman come, bring us coffee, tea, and rum. One day the tonguing is done, take our leave and go. At a fair on the town, her hair was blonde and this was brown. Soon may the wellerman come around.
All the way from St. Petersburg, Florida. It's the old home office wreck, that familiar wreck. And if you recognize it, that's probably because I did a video on this abandoned cruiser last autumn. And at that time, it was way back over my shoulder, back in the back of the creek, sitting on the bank, and the water has come up over the summer as it does, and it's drifted to this island here to a new spot, and it's looking a little rougher than the last time I got up close to it. I did the video on this wreck last fall, and also in my recent video, my overnight camping trip in the salvaged Sun Dolphin kayak. Someone noticed that you could see this boat off in the distance washed up on the island just over my shoulder when I was talking to the camera. Now here I am, up close to it for the first time in a while. Let's get out and have a look around. Man, she is leaning way over to one side, and honestly, I don't even know if I can scramble up to the swim platform to reach the ladder. It's way up off the ground and leaning over bad, worse than it was when it was washed up back in the flats. It was actually reasonably level compared to how it is now. It's right here on a pretty steep section of the bank. It's got various bits and pieces hanging off of it now, definitely in worse shape than it was last fall. It's been out here now for at least a year and a half, maybe, going on 2 years. Well, she's leaning way over to one side, so much so that I don't think I'm gonna mess with trying to scramble up there on deck today. But if you want to see inside the cabin and on deck, I will link the original video from last year. I'll link in the description of this one. Well, she still just has the one citation from the Forest Service on the transom there, the red sticker. And I thought in the course of a year it might have racked up some more citations, but still just the one. So law enforcement isn't that bothered about it, and clearly the owners don't care about it. More than likely, it was just abandoned because they couldn't afford to maintain it. That's something that happens with old boats, especially big boats. Just because you can afford to buy it in the first place doesn't mean you can afford to keep it. So here she sits until further notice. Wish I could tell you a little more detail about the boat, but I don't really know a whole lot about power boats in general, certainly not big cruisers like this. But what I can say just from looking at it is It's probably a little over 30 foot long on deck, 12 foot of beam here at the stern, maybe 15 foot of beam amidship, just estimating by looking. And it is a big boat. This is one that'll definitely kick up a wake to take note of if you're out in a little paddle or rowing or sailing craft like my 12-foot solo P-Row that I have out today, because these guys are so big and heavy. They don't plane, you know, it's got some kind of a big inboard motor, and they just cruise at displacement speed, which makes a much bigger wake than a planing hull like the ski boats and the bass boats that you commonly see on little lakes and rivers like the Cumberland, Kentucky Lake, and Barkley Lake. But what makes it so big is in the Z direction, if you want to say in the vertical direction. There's just a lot of boat. You've got living quarters down inside the hull, and of course the inboard engine is down in there, basically like some sort of automotive type of engine. And then you've got your main deck. You can walk all the way out on the deck, all the way to from the stern to the bow, and then you have another deck over the lower deck. You've got sort of where the sunshade is over the cockpit. There's a ladder that goes up, and you have a top level deck, and I want to say there may even be another set of controls and a steering wheel up there. Some big cruisers have that. They may have 2 sets of controls. This seems a little sketchy, walking right here with all this boat over me, but she's been sitting out here long enough. I don't think it's gonna keel over now. Ooh, got all kinds of spider webs and bugs all over it. Alright, that's about it for this one. Be sure to check out my 12-foot solo P-Row plans linked in the description. And you can build a P-Row just like the one featured in this video. They're fun for messing around on small protected waters, and I even have a sail plan included with the plans. You just have to be careful and stick to protected waters, little creeks and small lakes. Definitely don't be taking them out on the big blue ocean, not even the big lake. So check out those plans linked in the description. And also check out my music channel, Cumberland Rover Music. I play basically folk music. I write originals and cover old time classics on acoustic guitar and my homemade banjo. So check that out, also linked in the description. Thank you very much for watching.